Hi, my name is Kailey. Welcome to a 15-minute Vinyasa style flow. When you are ready to get going, I'm just making sure everything's good in my space. You might need to take a moment to make sure that your space is ready. When you are ready, go ahead and meet me actually on your back. So we'll just roll out onto the back. Bend your knees, feet down underneath the knees, arms out to a goalpost, and just pause here for a moment. Whatever's been going on in your life, in your world, in your day, we're not trying to push any of that away in a yoga practice, but rather just try and pull more focus into what's here with you right now. So notice how the body's feeling. And notice whatever thoughts might be running through your mind, and maybe let everything just start to slow down a bit. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, let your belly expand like you're filling up a balloon. You might even bring your hands to your belly. And then big open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Maybe you feel the hips or the lower back relax a bit. Another breath, this time breathe into your chest, into your ribs, let your lungs expand. And just sigh it out. Give yourself one more big breath like that to land. And then just slowly tick-tock your knees side to side and check in with how your hips are moving. Your eyes might be closed, or maybe your gaze is soft, giving the muscles around your eyes a little break. I think yoga is nice because we can focus with a drishti and we're not hopefully looking too much at the screen. So if a lot of your day is spent looking at the screen, maybe today tap into just the audio, your sense of sound, and try and listen for the cues. Go ahead and come to the center, bring your right knee into your chest. You could interlace your fingers around the right shin. Give it a gentle squeeze, and then circle your right ankle a couple times clockwise, a couple times counterclockwise. So waking up the joints and the feet. And the more connected we are to our feet, sometimes it's amazing how much more connected you feel to your practice. Extend your right leg up. You might find any kind of movement that feels good in the top foot. Point your toes, flex your foot. And then we're going to come into half happy baby. So you can take your peace fingers and bind your right big toe and draw the right knee down right outside of the right side of your ribs. You can also reach your whole hand around the outer edge of your right foot, or you can bring your hands behind your right knee. Whatever you're doing, we're trying to create some opening, some length in the right hamstrings. However you can accomplish that in a way that feels productive is perfect. Take a couple breaths, just starting to ask yourself what you need from your practice today. Go ahead and slide your right knee all the way over the left knee. Use your left hand to guide your knees to the left and T or cactus your right arm. And bring some awareness down into your lower back. Maybe you can breathe down into the tailbone. It might feel good to nod your chin toward the right shoulder, just here for a couple more grounding breaths. Bring everything back to the center, take a breath in. Then untangle everything. Just pause in neutral for a moment or revisit those windshield wipers with your knees. And then we'll open up to the left hip. Bring your left knee into your chest. Maybe you draw some circles with the left ankle, 3 or 4 times in each direction. Really move through your foot and ankle. So there's all these mechanoreceptors in the joint space that we want to make sure are firing really well. Extend the left leg up. Perhaps you point the left toes and open up the whole front side of the left leg, and then flex the left foot And feel that stretch move up the back seam of your left leg. There's these fascial lines of connective tissue that we're trying to kind of unstick and stretch. Slide your left knee over your right knee, take your spinal twist, knees go to the right. Maybe your eyes go to the left. 2 or 3 long breaths. Here's the last little bit of our real warm up. And again, just checking in, maybe setting an intention that you use this time to take care of yourself, whatever that looks like for you today. Some days we need like a really energetic practice, and other days maybe not so much. And just finding ways moment to moment on your mat today to honor whatever it is that you're showing up with. Come back through the center, take a breath in, and then a big breath out. Bring both of your knees into your chest. You can cross your ankles, start to rock forward and backward. We're gonna rock right into downward facing dog. So maybe 2 or 3 passes. When you're ready, rock yourself up and then step your feet to the back of the mat for downward facing dog. Spread out your fingers, hands are about shoulder distance apart. Move around in any way that feels good here. Pedal out your dog. Give your head a little shake or a gentle nod to decompress at the base of the skull and the upper spine. And then from downward facing dog, shift forward to a high push-up position, shoulders right over wrists. I did say we were going to get right into it today. You can absolutely drop your knees if you'd like. In fact, I'm going to opt for lowering the knees for the first set. Bend your elbows straight back, pause when you're halfway down, and then come into upward dog or cobra. As you inhale, pull your chest through. Drop the knees, take it to child's pose as you exhale. Stay here, take a big breath in through your nose. Seal your lips together like you're trying to fog up a mirror in your bathroom. Exhale through your nose. Pull forward to your hands and knees, tuck the toes under. Little baby cow pose as you breathe in, find some extension in the spine, tip the chin up. And then down dog as you breathe out. Pull forward to your high push-up, take a breath in. Lower half or all the way down as you empty. Cobra or upward facing dog, inhale, roll your heart forward. And then child's pose as you exhale, send your hips back. Stay here, take 1 round of breath in and out. Hands and knees, find cow, tuck the toes, breathe in. Down dog, press the mat away as you empty. One more time like this, pull forward, high push up on the in-breath. Lower half or all the way down, exhale. Up dog or cobra, finish the breath. Child's pose, send your hips to your heels. Stay in child's pose, but walk your hands over to the right. So we're going to stretch out through the left side body. I'm going to keep my head lifted, but you can drop your left ear and the left side of your head toward the mat or rest on your left arm. Try and breathe into the left side of your lungs, pulling that left hip crease gently back to find that stretch of the whole outer edge of your left torso and arm. Come back through the center and then walk your hands over to the left, just moving that stretch to the right. And you use your breath to create a little bit more space in the right underarm, the right side body. And back to center, shift forward, hands and knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And this time, when you're ready, take a walk to ragdoll at the top of your mat. No rush to get there. Nice generous bend into your knees. Perhaps you rest your chest on your thighs or between your legs. You can catch the crooks of the opposite elbows and explore shifting your weight a bit from foot to foot. Another nice opportunity to relax through the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. And then release the fingertips down, heel to your feet a little further apart. We're gonna set up for malasana. So the heels are pointing in a bit and the toes are pointing out. And get into your yoga squat here. So hips dip down toward the heels. You can absolutely grab a block for underneath your bum or a pillow. Bring your hands to your heart. Option to take your drishti, your gaze, your focal point to the tips of your fingers. Or even close your eyes down to pull your focus inward. So it's really powerful skill to be able to decide where we're sending our focus and our attention, especially in our modern lives. I don't know about you, but my concentration feels like it's just evaporating day by day. So actively honing this skill, it's not going to be perfect, but bringing yourself back to something that's happening here and now, right? Feel your feet on the mat. Feel the breath moving in and out through your nose. Feel the sensations of your body, even the ones that might be a little bit difficult to sit with. And you soften around those sensations, lengthen through the sides of the neck. Press your elbows into your knees, push your knees into your elbows. You're here, take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale this time. Drop the fingers, lift your hips, heel toe the feet a bit closer together. And then vertebra by vertebra, unroll all the way up to standing, soft knees, but relatively straight legs. Reach the arms up overhead once you get upright. Perhaps you even look between your hands, breathe in. And then bow forward, send your hips back, soften through the knees, catch hold of your calves. Halfway stretch, take a breath in. Plant the hands, step back, high plank to low plank, half or all the way down. Upward dog, cobra, breathe in. And then downward facing dog as you empty. Pick up your right leg here. Take a breath as you stretch back through the right leg. Bend your right knee. And then keep pressing that right hand down as much as you're pressing the left hand down. Push your chest toward your left thigh. Maybe you lift the left heel, that bottom heel, and bend your left knee. Right knee still pointing toward the ceiling. Good. Three-legged dog. Breathe in. Step your right foot between your thumbs. Come up into crescent lunge. So back heel is lifted. Reach your arms up. Take a moment to shift around so that you can settle in. Rooting down through the right big toe mound. Maybe softening your left knee so that you can activate your left glutes and hamstrings. So back side of that left leg is strong. Rooting down everything from your hips and your pelvis to the feet, pressing downward. And everything from the rib cage upward, lengthening, lifting, sending a little bit of brightness out to your fingertips. You're going to reach your left arm forward and stretch your right arm back, finding an open arm twist. I like to bend the elbows here. It just gives the shoulders a little bit more space. You can play around with if you like straight arms or bent elbows. Keep rooting down through your right foot, finding the integrity in that lunge. We're going to keep this twist. Left arm comes up toward the ceiling. Right hand reaches down for somewhere on the left thigh. See if you can find some length in the left side body. You're twisting toward the right. Breathe in. And then circle your hands to the top of your mat. Step your right foot back. Take it through your vinyasa. You can always just step to down dog or add child's pose or add another chaturanga. Really personalize your practice so it fits what you need, that intention to take care of you today. Left leg high, bend your left knee, and then pause here for a moment, finding the stretch. Keep pressing the left hand down, squaring your chest toward your right thigh. Three-legged dog on an in-breath. Step your left foot forward, crescent lunge on this side. So same few moments at the beginning of each pose to kind of shift around and settle in. And then once you land in a shape that feels sustainable, come back to your breath, set your eyes, your drishti to one spot. maybe 5 to 7 feet in front of you. Take that open arm twist to the left. Right arm reaches forward, left arm stretches back. Option to bend your elbows, and then try and pull your shoulders back over your hips. Really common in this shape to pull forward. It's not necessarily that we're aiming to get the shoulders straight over the hips here, but just energetically pull back as if this left hand was winning in a tug of war. Stay long in the lower back. Reach the right arm up, revolved crescent twist. Take another long inhale here. Circle your hands, step it back and flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. No rush to get there. From downward facing dog, we're gonna move through that one breath, one motion, right leg high on an in-breath. Step it forward as you empty, crescent lunge. Come on up as you breathe in. Open arm twist, exhale. Left arm high, right arm low. Take a breath in. And then circle your hands to the mat, step it back, smooth flow to downward facing dog. See if you can move a little bit smoother each round of breath. Left leg high on an inhale. Step forward, be real deliberate. Crescent lunge, inhale up. Open arm twist, exhale to the left. Right arm high, breathe in. Hands to the top, step it back. Vinyasa. This time, when you get to downward facing dog, set your eyes to one spot again, drishti, focus. Maybe big toes, maybe knees, maybe navel. Take a breath in through your nose. Soften your jaw, open your mouth, let it go. Lift the heels, look forward. Empty your breath, step, walk, or hop to the top. Feet together or a little bit split, like hips distance is great for me. Halfway stretch, palms to shins as you breathe in. Catch the calves, exhale, let your head be heavy. Unroll all the way up to standing, reach up on an in-breath. Lightning chair, sweep your arms back by your side. Pause here, find some length in your lower back. And then imagine that your triceps, the back of your upper arms, are trying to pull toward one another, right on top of your shoulder blades. Lengthen the sides of the neck, draw the lower abdominals up and in. Some days these poses feel really great, and other days they feel real tough. Reach your arms forward, we're still in chair, take a breath in. Open arm twist to your right as you exhale. Come back to chair, reach the palms forward on an in-breath, open arm to the left as you exhale. Reach your arms forward, big breath in. Chest to thighs, let that go. Halfway stretch on the in-breath. Plant the hands, step back, vinyasa through, we'll meet in down dog. We're gonna take those same 3 shapes and add on to our flow. Starting with the right leg, breathe in as you extend. Exhale as you step. Crescent lunge, rise up, finish the breath. Open arm twist to the right. Revolved crescent on the inhale. We're gonna find warrior 2 to the back of the mat. So take your time to pivot around, readjust your feet. Take up a lot of space between your feet on your mat. Your left toes are pointing toward the short edge of your yoga mat, and your right toes are pointing toward the long edge. Imagine that you're trying to pull your mat longer apart underneath you. Bring your palms one over the other to your heart center. See if you can lift your chest into your hands. Feel that the shoulder blades roll back a little bit as you do that. Straighten out the front knee. Take a breath in. Back to warrior 2. Maybe you drop a little bit deeper. Keep the knife edge of your right foot connected. Inhale, hands to heart. Straighten the left knee. Exhale, warrior 2. Gaze over your left fingers. 2 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. 1 more like that. Inhale. Warrior 2. Hold it here. Keep your arms long. Straighten the left knee. Reach forward. And then find triangle pose. And bringing your right arm up. Be turned around. Gotta readjust the right and left. Let your neck be long. So oftentimes you'll hear the cue to look up towards your top thumb. If that feels great in your spine, awesome. If it feels better to keep your eyes facing straight in line with like your breastbone, awesome. Or for me, it feels really good. It looks like I'm being lazy, but feels like a nice release for the neck to drop the left ear toward the left shoulder. Sweep that top arm toward the back of the room. Breathe in, press to the knife edge of your right foot, and then sweep your hands through Prasarita all the way to the top of the mat. Glide forward into airplane. You lift the left leg up, float the arms by your sides. Just like you did in lightning chair, roll the shoulder blades onto the back of the ribs, lengthen through the sides of the neck. Maybe you interlace your fingers and find a bind at your lower back. Set the eyes to one spot, again, maybe 3 to 7 feet on the floor in front of you, or you start to take your eyes up. We're going to keep our airplane variation here. Maybe you've got that bind, start to open it up into a half moon shape. Drop the bottom fingers if you need. So we're just externally opening through the hips there. Stay here or challenge the balance, bringing that bottom hand to your right shin or to your heart. All right, start to bend the left knee. If you're gonna lose it, me too, or if you already have, no biggie. We're gonna take this into reverse warrior. Big step with your back foot. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Circle your hands and then take it through your flow. Big breath in. Downward facing dog. Stay here, clear that out, breathe in. And breathe out. Left leg, here we go, inhale. Step forward and empty. Crescent lunge, press the floor away with your feet. Open arm twist to your left. Revolved crescent, breathe in. And then all the way to the back of the mat, warrior two. Set your eyes over your right fingertips. And then push into your feet, again, like you're trying to lengthen out your mat underneath you. Bring your palms to your heart center. Lift your chest to your hands. Straighten the front knee. Take a breath in. Warrior two. Exhale. 4 more. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, follow your right hand with your eyes. Inhale, 3. Warrior two. Inhale, 2. Warrior two. Last time, breathe in. Warrior two, as you empty, hold it here. Straighten the front leg, but keep the arms long. And then triangle pose, bringing your hand to your shin. Feel free to readjust your feet so that you feel stable and steady. We're always trying to find a version of the shape that's effective, but somewhat sustainable. So you want to feel that you can breathe deeply in and out of your nose. Anchor down to the knife edge of your left foot. Reach your left arm over your head, trying to kind of line up your left bicep with your left ear. Breathe in, and then sweep it through Prasarita. Pivot your toes, airplane, facing the top of the mat, left foot's down. Option to find that bind, interlacing your hands at your lower back here. Reach back through your right inner ankle as you stretch forward through the crown of your head. Stay here or start to rotate your torso to the right, finding a half moon variation with or without a bind. If you are still bound in that half moon, reach maybe in an open arm half moon variation. Start to bend your left knee, big step with your right foot to the back of the mat. Reverse warrior, long breath in. And then vinyasa, flow through back to downward facing dog. A smooth transition, still real present. Stay in down dog, breathe in. Breathe out. Look forward, lift your heels. Empty the breath, step, walk, or hop to the top. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, exhale. Go all the way up on the in-breath. Lightning chair, long spine, sink your hips back. Chair pose, breathe in. Open arms, go to the right as you breathe out. Take it back to chair, inhale. Open left, exhale. Center, big breath in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway stretch on the in-breath. Vinyasa, we'll meet up in downward facing dog. We've got one more piece to add in. From your downward facing dog, right leg high on an inhale. Bring your right knee underneath your right elbow, and then drop it underneath the right hip. Sweep the left arm open, finding a side plank variation. Right toes might kind of work their way back behind you off of the mat so that you've got more of a kickstand than a straight line that you're trying to balance on. Take that top arm forward, breathe in. Left hand down, back to three-legged dog. Inhale, right arm up. Option 2, right knee, left elbow, and then kick the right leg to the left, pick up the left arm, fallen triangle, or sometimes we call it dancing warrior. So you're either here in that side plank variation, or finding dancing warrior here with the legs straight. Big breath in. Left hand down, exhale, three-legged dog, right leg high on the in-breath. Step it forward, just like before, crescent lunge, breathe in. Open arms to the right. Revolved crescent, inhale. Warrior 2 to the back as you empty, right away, straighten the knee, breathe in. Triangle as you breathe out. Stretch the top arm long on the in-breath. Through Prasarita to the top of the mat. Airplane pose, right legs down, big breath in. Bring your hands to your heart, bring your left knee to your right calf, or you can tent your fingers on the floor or grab a block, or maybe you're near a wall or a piece of furniture. So whatever internal and external environment you're working with, we're gonna resource ourselves from there. All right, from your Shiva squat, we've got balancing half moon, heel open. Take a breath in, stay here, bend your front knee as you breathe out, back leg still straight. Reverse warrior, inhale it up. Cartwheel your hands, step it back, Vinyasa. Breathe in. And then down dog, breathe out. Left leg up on the inhale. Bring the knee under the left hip, side plank variation, right arm comes up. So this is our first option. Find some space in the chest. Take that top arm forward, stay long in the low back as you breathe in. Right hand down, exhale. Left leg high on the in-breath. Fallen triangle, exhale, left knee, right elbow, shoot it out, reach the right arm up. Relax the jaw, breathe big through your nose, inhale. Right hand down, exhale, three-legged dog, all the way back. Step forward. Crescent lunge, breathe in. Open, go left. Revolved, inhale. To the back, warrior 2, exhale. Straighten your knee, big breath in. Triangle as you empty. Take that top arm long on the inhale. Sweep it through Prasarita to the top of the mat. Airplane pose, breathe in. Shiva squat, hands find heart center. Or maybe you work with something in your environment to support your balance. If balance is something that you've been working on for a while and it comes relatively easily to you, play around with closing your eyes down. So we rely a lot on our visual system to support our balance, nothing wrong with that, but oftentimes it can present a problem if we're trying to move around like at night. You get up to use the bathroom or something, it's real easy to trip, or at dusk or dawn. All right, here we go, half moon, peel it open, breathe in. Stay here, keep the right leg long, bend the left knee as you breathe out. Reverse your warrior, huge inhale into the left lung. Circle your hands, step it back, and flow. Breathing in. And downward facing dog. Take a breath. Stay for the exhale. We're going to put that together. Look forward, lift the heels. Step, walk, or hop to your hands. Halfway stretch. I'll add a couple options in. Forward fold. Everything is just an option. Rise on the in-breath. Lightning chair as you exhale. Chair pose, breathe in. Open arms, go to the right. Back to center on the inhale. Open arms, take it left. Come back to center, pause here, breathe in. Lightning chair as you breathe out. We're going to stand up, bring the left knee into your chest, inhale. Lightning chair, exhale. Switch sides, stand up, right knee, breathe in. Lightning, breathe out. You got it. Take it side to side, just about 30 seconds. Setting the eyes to one spot. And then working with your breath here. You push that bottom foot into the ground to create a little bit more energy in your grounded leg. Pull that energy into your midsection and reach up through your fingers. Here for 5, we're meeting in lightning chair. 4, 3, 2, lightning chair, hold it low. Tip the weight onto your toes and then shift the weight back to your heels. Little rocking horse in your chair. Feel free to add the arms if you'd like. So the good news is we're done with chair after this. For 3. For 2, we're going to flow through our sequence one more time, adding on. Last one, lightning chair. Maybe you're on your heels. Squeeze inward through the legs as if you've got a block between your thighs. Keep the heels lifted. Hug the legs together. Stand all the way up on your toes, maybe. Big breath in. Forward fold. Maybe you're still on the toes. Drop your heels once you land. Halfway stretch or crow. So you can pause in a half lift. Maybe you pop back into Malasana, that goddess pose that we took, or yogi squat. Or, meet me in crow pose. I built a lot of heat here. In crow, when you're ready, see if you can float back to a low push-up, landing with bent elbows in chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. We all meet in downward facing dog, just one of those today. That is plenty. Right leg high, breathe in. Either find that side plank variation or fallen triangle. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Right leg back, breathe in. Step forward as you empty. Crescent lunge, inhale it up. Open arm twist, exhale. Revolved crescent, hold it here. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Start to soften your back knee until it's hovering above the mat. Little, small, smooth pulse for 5. For 4, squeeze the left quad. 3, 2, keep your left arm lifted. Drop the left knee. Big breath in. Hanumanasana, frame out your right leg. And find that hamstring stretch. We're here for 5 to 6 long breaths. See if you can stay committed to breathing deep in and out through your nose. Two more, deep inhale. Soft through your shoulders as you empty. One more time, big breath in. And stay here, let it go. Shift forward. We're going to come right back to crescent lunge. Crescent lunge on the inhale. And then fly it right into airplane. So changing up our flow a little bit here. You're going to drop the ball of the left foot to the back of the mat. Bend your left knee, bring your hands to your heart. Pulse that knee down. Keep the shoulders over your hips and the hips over that left knee. 3, 2, back to airplane in 1. And then same thing, bring the ball of the left foot back, pulse it back, 10, 9, 8, relax the sides of the neck, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, airplane, big breath in. Last time, pulse that back knee, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay low this time, stay low. We're gonna drop the back heel, straighten both legs. Reach the arms up, take a breath in. Maybe you interlace your hands behind your low back. Maybe you catch the opposite elbows. Maybe you find reverse namaste. Lengthen the spine. Send that left hip forward a bit and the right hip back as you find pyramid pose. Option to keep whatever hand variation you chose, or to relax the arms down toward the outer edges of your right leg or onto blocks. Good place to do a really thorough little check-in with yourself. Can you relax any tension that you picked up in the neck or the jaw or the shoulders? Look forward, start to walk the hands forward. If you've still got a bind, release it. Shift the weight to the right foot. We're gonna find your Shiva squat. Bring your left knee to your right calf. Right into half moon. Take a big breath in. Stay here, start that transition as you exhale, reverse warrior, breathe in. High push up and pause. From high plank, we're gonna walk the knees underneath the hips, but keep them hovering. Walk the shoulders over the wrists, but keep them hovering. All right, the left leg is gonna stay right where it is. Tap your right toes out of foot and in a foot. Right leg moves in and out. Shoulders stay over your wrists. Here for 10. For 9, we're gonna drop both knees straight down in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Sometimes I wonder why I teach what I teach. 2, and 1. Both knees down, cow pose, breathe in. Keep the toes tucked, walk your hips back to your heels, hands to your thighs. Roll the shoulders up into the ears and then down your back a couple times. Close your eyes down for a moment. I'm not here for long. Setting up for camel pose. Then blink the eyes open, lift the hips up over the heels, find a little tiny tuck to the tailbone, or at least keep your pelvis neutral. You can keep the hands on the hips as you take camel. If you have a different variation of this posture that feels really good in your body, by all means, go for it. See if you can breathe down into the bottom of your lungs. Really fill up that space around your heart. And keep reaching the crown of the head away from the breastbone. If you've got your head dropped back, so you're not crimping the back of the neck. We're just here for 5. Slow your breathing down in and out through the nose for 4. And take one more very big inhale. Hips to heels. As you exhale, palms to your thighs, close your eyes. You've got one more side to go in that flow. Take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale, make some space, clear something out. Downward facing dog. Here we go. Left leg high, breathe in. Knee to the right elbow, either side plank variation or fallen start. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, hand down. Left leg up, breathe in. Step forward. I am struggling a bit. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Open arm twist as you exhale. Just a reminder to take what you need. Revolved crescent here, breathe in. Start to hover that back knee. Try and keep the shoulders and the hips over that back knee. Little pulses, as smooth as you can. So one way to make this more challenging is to try not to use a ton of momentum. Here for 3. For 2, 1, drop that knee, reach up through your right arm on the inhale, and then Hanumanasana. Did about 6 breaths on the other side. Probably aiming for somewhere around that same number here. We'll see if each cycle of breath You can get just a fraction of a percent more connected to your body. So breathe in a way that helps you connect to the stretch. One more deep breath. Stay for the exhale, soft neck and jaw. Rebend the front knee, back to crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Here we go, airplane, fly it forward. Step back, hands to heart, little pulses of that back knee. 10, 9, nice and low. The more you lean back a bit, the more load we have on that right quad. Where should I be at that count? 3, 2, 1, airplane. We'll say that's good. Big breath in. Step it back, hands to heart, little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7. Notice if you're clenching your teeth. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, airplane pose. Last one, pulse it back. 10, 9. If you're done early, by all means be done early. We're taking it to straight legs. In 4, 3, 2, hold it low. Drop the back heel, straighten both legs out. Big breath in as you reach up. And then pyramid, your variation, where you can take that bind or that reverse namaste. You do not always need to take the hardest variation. In fact, I think we can think of the hardest as like the best. We can think of it as like a hierarchy. It helps to have some way of organizing things, but yoga really asks us to honor the reality of the present moment. So the real hierarchy is how much integrity you can have within yourself. Some days you're going to need the hardest option, and other days, maybe not so much. Walk the hands forward, Shiva squat. To balancing half moon. Home stretch here, we're cooling it off soon. Bend your front knee, step back, reverse warrior on the in-breath. High push-up, taking it to bear pose, so knees right underneath your hips. Maybe walk your hands a little bit closer together. We keep the left or the right leg still this time. Left foot steps in and out. Just a few inches out. We're pulsing maybe that right knee. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and knees down. Sit back onto the heels, untap your toes, find a seated meditation for a moment. See if you can lengthen out through your spine, turn your palms to face up in your lap. Make a little bridge with your palms cupped one inside of the other. And then the tips of the thumbs. And keep the spine tall and the chest open. Drop your right ear toward your right shoulder. Breathe into that stretch in the left side of your neck, letting your left shoulder blade just naturally get heavy onto the back of the left rib cage. It might feel good to nod your chin toward the ceiling or toward the floor. Maybe there's a sweet spot between those two that just feels real productive for you. So find where that stretch feels best. Take a big breath in. Chin to chest. Exhale. Bring your head through neutral. Pause. Breathe in. Left ear, left shoulder. Same few moments here to explore the stretch. Does it feel good to point the chin up or down or somewhere between those places? Can you sit tall still, even with that lateral flexion through the neck, right shoulder down onto your back? Take a big breath in. Chin to chest as you empty. Bring your head through neutral. Blink your eyes open if they were closed. And then extend your legs out in front of you. So I had a pretty energetic practice. It can be really nice after we've kind of moved all that energy to take a forward fold. So I'll give you a few options. I'm going to take Paschimottanasana with bent knees. You might tuck your forearms underneath the knees as you fold. You could absolutely straighten your legs if that feels good in your body. Baddha Konasana, butterfly forward fold. Or a wide-legged straddle, which is where I will be. We'll just be here for about 5 to 10 breaths, working to lengthen your pattern of breathing, especially your exhales. So you might even work with counting the breath here. I'll pace just 1 round. We'll inhale for 3 and exhale for 6. So empty the breath. Take a breath in through your nose for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale slowly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take 4 more deep breaths, however it makes sense for your body. After your 4th exhale, start to work your way up out of your forward fold. Take your time to roll out onto your back with bent knees. Bring the knees into your chest, bring your palms onto your knees, and then draw circles with your knees in opposite directions. So one knee goes clockwise, one knee goes counterclockwise. Let your pelvis tuck and untuck. Switch the direction of those circles. If there's any other shapes or stretches or movement that your body needs before it can drop in for Shavasana, you can add those shapes in. If you know that you're practicing for longer or you want to take a longer Shavasana, go ahead and log off or shut off the video. Eventually meet me on your back, finding a resting pose where you can just let the muscle tension drain. And as you practice relaxing your muscles here and letting the weight of your body drop down, you have the option to let any other sources of tension that are maybe clinging to you energetically to just unhook from those for a few moments, giving yourself this opportunity for restoration, recovery, and rest. And listen for my voice in just about 30 seconds to close our practice together. When you're ready to move on with your day, take some deeper breaths or bring some gentle movement back in. When you're ready, roll over to either side and slowly lift to a seat. Landing with your hands at your heart, acknowledging yourself for taking this time to take care of your body, your mind, your heart. And maybe just reaffirming your intention or reminding yourself, right, that we practice taking care of ourselves so that we can show up in ways that we feel really good about for the world around us and the people around us. So close practice, big deep inhale through your nose, breathing in anything that you need for the rest of your day. And then offering something back up, exhale through your mouth. Namaste. Thank you for spending some time with me. Keep taking good care of yourself, and I hope to see you again soon.